Now, party people. All right, since we're in full market melt up after hours, let me start off with playing you this for the vibes for tomorrow. Obviously, we go to the moon if they announce the deal. If they don't, that can happen next week. As long as they don't come out and say no deal, we're good here. All right.
Let's kick some ass.
Now, all of you who swung NVIDIA calls, okay, this is gonna be you tomorrow at open. Oh, this is so good. Anyway, all right, enough of that. So, what I found is this: once we have a volume day that is just pure red, okay. Yesterday, obviously, we did have that, but it didn't reach this level. So what I've done here is I got VOLD and I got the smart money concepts buy and sell here, or demand supply. So once we started holding our levels here, you see this level in particular on US 5. Well, let me do it on SPX so we get the levels right here. Once we held 4110, okay, on that, this is where I actually bought those NVIDIA calls. Once we held that, and then obviously before that pump, so here I saw, okay, it's putting in a higher low. We blasted through that resistance. I didn't sell a single call on this pullback. Why? Because it held that, right, for the longest time. It was just in the close that it went, but I was like, it's holding this vol shelf, whatever. So that paid off. But even so, yesterday we had like selling all day. And today, yes, we did gap down and sell, but then we held all day. So once you hold all day, plus my secret sauce told me that we have a change in trend coming, I was pretty good with just holding it because there's nothing really that's going to push us below the chop zone, right? So let's zoom out so that you can see. So this was the chop zone, right? And we held the 50 on the daily. That's a huge spot. So I would think we'll recover a lot, okay? So obviously after hours we have NVIDIA earnings, and those calls, I held at the money. So I'm thinking, holy shit, it's 372. I just posted in the chat. All right, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing a lot of trading tomorrow. I'm more so going to be selling, but I'll be there with you guys, of course. I love this shit. So anyways, so what I would say is if you don't already have this tab up, have it, because once you see the clear 1 hour volume of the day, yes, we did have a change yesterday and the other day over here, but a lot of the times, I'd say like 50%, you can see the direction here. So that this is awesome to keep at hand. Okay, guys. Bitcoin dumped because everybody's in NVIDIA. Who cares? As far as this, we had that huge pop into close again. I don't know why anyone would be shorting here in the hole. We based here for 30 days. We popped out once. We clearly retested to see if this is a kryptonite floor, which it is. in this shit show of a market. Okay. So again, otherwise I'd be telling you guys, hey, let's buy SQQ here. Obviously, the whole sell-off, I mean, I did, as I said in my video, I had May 23rd as a red day and I missed it, but I didn't take any damage on it, but I didn't feel confident like, okay, this is the short. You know what I mean? I think that once this debt ceiling thing is signed in, since there's 72 hours, that's also why they're timing this, okay? So what they want it so that you can't dump, right? That's why I think they'll be saying good comments this week. Then next week we might get an announcement on like Tuesday, Wednesday, because then it takes 72 hours, and I don't think they're gonna sign this into law while the market's open. Therefore, next Friday, if we now pump into June 2nd, I've had that here on another sticky note, that June 2nd is where I will start grabbing some puts for the summer. I'm not talking anything heavy. We're not gonna have a complete crash. Not happening. I mean, come on. But anyways, so the thing that I mentioned that's significant in the chat was this. I think everyone should pull this up. This is more important than, call the put ratios and all this crap, right? We had a lot of dark pool prints come in today, notably at 410. Where are you? Okay, you're somewhere. Anyway, it came in, so that's hence the bottom, right? VIX is going to absolutely crater tomorrow, and I think we are gonna go back to way lower than that. Let me put it on the 1 hour. Obviously, you got the sell signal up there, MACD crossing. I would think we come back down to here. I really do. This Nvidia, but it's at 375. Holy shit! Oil pumped and dumped today is clearly coiling here on the 5 minute. Let's look on the 1 hour. It's above its volume shelf. This is that going into summer. So if some of you are sitting on vast amounts of cash, sure, put some into oil. It's not like the worst thing. Dixie doesn't tell me much. This is still very concerning to me. I know we're getting this insane Nvidia pump, but this is very concerning, this 10-year yield. So that's why I'm literally playing upside for this earnings, this trend change day, and the deal announcement. After that, I won't be I'll be scalping, but I think that, again, this is following. I'm telling you guys, I look at a lot of seasonality charts, and day trading is really hard and this and that. But once I catch one of these charts, because every year has a chart, right? I think yesterday I said I think we're here, right? I think I did. Go back and check it, but I know I did. I said we're here. Tomorrow we're going to go here, we're going to hold this level, and then we're absolutely going to fly, which we are. Then we're going to have a dip, bears are going to pile in, then they're going to get melted, and then we short. But as you see here, there's some actual good swings. I do not like, personally, trading July, which I will be trading though. But it's going to be a lot of base hits, because July is like legendarily choppy. Plus you got that big sell, pump into August and then down, and then August pump is one of my favorites because you can actually go long here in the money, and you usually make money. And then like last year, this here for all of you guys this is where the Fed and inflation is gonna get really, really bad. I put my money on that we get our first rate cut in October. Okay? And we're gonna get that move. All right? Now, obviously, let's look at US 500. It is freaking flying. So what am I holding? I'm holding QQQ 332s for tomorrow. And QQQ is at 336, right? Okay, so I bought there in the money, or close to. Holy shit, we've already almost done the round trip. I think I'm gonna hold them. I'm gonna see if there's a sell-off. If not, I'm gonna hold them because they're gonna juice hard all day. I definitely don't see us selling back down here. Now, as for SPY, I have a pretty insane amount of 415s for Friday. This is clearly lagging QQQ a little bit. I am going to definitely scale some because I think they're going to juice at open. Good thing about Qs is we're over here, but I did see on here, let me refresh this from yesterday. And sorry if you played snow. I mean, I didn't, but so this is not a glitch. Okay, so you have an influx into QQQ late in the session, and you have a sell on SPY, which is why QQQ is flying and SPY is kind of lagging. And saying this is not a glitch. This was when it was open. So clearly rotation into tech all day. But the reason I didn't play snow, you see this dark pool pop on it. But when the flow does this early on, I didn't want to do it. Nvidia, it was 50-50, but this wasn't giving me anything, but my gut said, I know there's going to be a lot of AI money. So it's more of a gut play. Then, what else am I in? I'm in Beyond Meat. Why am I in it? Well, not because I like Beyond Meat or Bill Gates for that matter, but the chart looks really constructive. The fact that we closed over pre-market high at yesterday's high on the top of the supply zone above the 9, I mean, and then you look at the daily chart, I mean those 12s. So if the market now pumps, it can hit its 21, which is, then we're like in the money. So that's why I'm playing it, because this spring, I mean, it's sold off from, what was the earnings pop here? $22. So it's shaved off 50. So it has a buy signal on the daily, right? Then I mean Meta, because excuse me. I mean Meta, because something's going on here. I mean, it hasn't filled its gap. It's closer to this gap. It's now up over 250 after hours. We still haven't gotten the layoff news. It's tapped this level now 3 times. Next time, if it doesn't go on the 3rd, it goes on the 4th. Okay? And then it's in the gap. And if we melt up here to June 2nd, I can see if they want to pump Meta, they will pump Meta. It's a huge tech name. They have these layoffs coming up. I don't see, I mean, that Nvidia money is gonna not stay in Nvidia. It's gonna go and get distributed somewhere, right? And pump more the same sector. They're not gonna pump, OJ and Coco with it. Obviously, I swung some Tesla because I think if it can get up to here, which I think it can pre-market probably, it can go to 195. It totally can. Why? Because that's how it works. Let me see what else I swung just to bring you up to date. What do I have here? I got some LMT only because it's been popping and like something's going on, but it's been selling like it's coiling hard. Do I think it's going to do anything this week? Probably not. But I saw some guy online, he was like, well, Raytheon dumped or whatever, and this is going to dump because it's bear flagging. Yeah, but it's also bear flagging in a major zone, and there's like war going on. So for these to sell down to 400, I'd be surprised. I think it closes the 470 gap before that. But again, I'll keep an eye on it. Not the best setup, but you know, the TTM's getting ready. We got some green div on there. The MACD crossed, so like that's what I mean. It can pop. So yeah, that's it. Tomorrow, SPY, QQQ. I'll check some momentum stocks. You know, I watch a lot of stuff obviously during the market hours, so I'm not always on the scanner. But when I see something, I'll tell you. I'm sure we can find something. And yeah, I mean, in the QQQ calls, and I mean the SPY calls, Tesla calls, Meta calls, Nvidia calls, which I will sell at open, believe me. And then we see. All right, God bless. Glad that Nvidia was a success here and pumps the market, because had it beat, this setup would have gotten awfully tricky. What's US 500 at? Yeah, it's chugging along nice. All right, cool. Well, I'll post this and then we ride at dawn.